What's up, y'all? We just got the latest chapter of Dandadan Chapter 180, and we have it where our crew is still on the hunt for Count Saint. Now, will they find him? We don't know, but it seems as if Count Saint has an army of people working for him. And it's crazy because it's like he's promising all these people stuff in order to get them to steal the powers of our Dandadan crew. But at the same time, eventually he's going to come back and take their powers as well. It's really crazy. And we found out, where these mini daggers originated from in the past chapters and how they came from this katana that had the ability to take the powers of those it slain. And we see that these are little variations of that. So with that being said, I wonder if we're going to actually see Count Saint with the original katana at some point, and he's going to be using it as he face off against all of our Dandadan members. I'm curious if that's going to happen at some point, and I bet it's going to be epic. But I'm still getting the same vibes, like I said in the previous video, where someone is going to lose their powers. The question is who? And I'm really leaning towards Zuma after the last chapter where we got to see his guardian, the police officer, make an appearance in that chapter. So I feel like he may be the one to, Zuma may be the one to lose his powers. It's between him or Okarun. Okarun may lose his powers because he doesn't have powers right now, and it might be one of those situations where he just admits defeat and his power is taken. So one of those two people are going to get, hit with the knife that steals your powers. That's just my thoughts on it. Maybe even Kenta, because technically Kenta doesn't have powers. He just has, I guess, a great mind that's great for the nanotechs, where he's able to make it, morph into whatever he wants. So I don't know if you would consider that a power. I don't know. Let me know down below. Is that a power, or is that just, very skilled mind? I don't know. Let me know. It might even be Ren. I forgot about her. Let me know who you think power is going to get stolen. Someone power has to get taken. Let me know who you think is going to be. But we're about to get into the chapter right here, man. So we have the chapter start off. Kogi, she's pretty much doing her, normal rounds around the school, and you got it where our gang is watching everything she does because of the bow clip she has in her hair. It's something made by Kenta, where they're able to spy on every location she goes to. So they're watching her from afar, and I'm not gonna lie, they show the pose of the kids in the hallway, and though everyone looks very suspicious, but your boy Kenta just, I don't know, man. He got that swag with him. It's something about him. Look, I know people dislike him, but he got that swag with him. He's just standing in the hallway like, yo, shit, what's good, man? Like, hey, yo, go about your business. Yo, we just chilling in the cut. But I don't know. I just really think that pose was, said dope with him compared to everybody else pose. Like, and then you got Dino Girl. She just looks goofy. Like, yo, get out of here. Like, she looks obvious like she's up to something, And of course, you got Momo there as well, but you could barely see her. She's on Ira's, shoulder. You could barely see her because how tiny she is. But you got it where, of course, Koki is going throughout the school, just making her number of rounds. And you have it where, Kenta's looking at the videotape of everything she's done so far and how she's only spoken to 3 teachers so far. The PE teacher looks to be one of them, or just a regular staff member. She was asking questions about the class. You had it where she also spoke with the nurse. The nurse was just talking about the situation that happened a few chapters ago. And then you also have it where, they're talking to, I can't think of his name, like his teacher name, but we all know that's Count Saint. And pretty much everyone's saying they feel like he's suspicious. He appears out of nowhere and he disappears. They feel like he's a very strange and suspicious character. But for whatever reason, you have what Kenta says, like, yo, nah, we can't focus on him. He's just a normal teacher. Like, he's not the person we're looking for. Like, yo, you guys are too focused on him when we're going to end up missing who the true person is. Now, with that being said, I wonder if Kenta himself is under some type of spell and isn't aware of it, because I find it very odd that he would make that statement like, yo, nah, it can't be him. He's not a fan, he's not the teacher. And then he even makes a statement that says like, yo, this guy disappears like he's a phantom. He can't be the guy. Like that statement alone sounds like it would be the guy. So I wonder if something's up with Kenta where he's being affected and he's unaware of it. I know he wouldn't portray the Dandadan crew because how much he wants to be accepted by him. You could tell he's one of those people that feels like he's not a member of the crew, so he's trying his best to be a member of the crew. As far as out of all the characters we got in the Dandadan group so far. But you got it where he makes that statement and it just really has me wondering like, what's going on with this guy? Like that just felt a little off. Maybe it's just me. Let me know. But then you have it where Ira walks up to him. She grabs the glasses off his face like, yo, I want to watch the video. I want to see, all the feedback of the stuff that's going on with, Kuki. And once she grabs the glasses, they start to morph and transform. And then the glasses actually look like, Ken glasses, Okarun's glasses. It takes the shape of that. And that's when you got your boy Kenta taking the glasses back and saying like, yo, this is the nanoskin. Whenever, whatever you're thinking of is going to transform into it. Give it back to me. Of course, he takes the glasses back. They go turn back to the way he had them shaped, and he puts them back on. And then everyone starts to notice, like, yo, when Ira touched it, the glasses look like Okarun's glasses. Like, what's going on? She's like, yo, it's not what you think. I'm not thinking about him. We all know she's thinking about him. But of course, you got it where Momo's looking like, this girl's pissing me off. When I get back to my normal size, she gonna get her ass whooped. Then you got it with Okarun. He's just so oblivious. Like, nah, I was standing in front of you. Of course that would happen. Like, unless he's just doing that to kind of take, the embarrassment away from her. Oh my God, he's a blockhead. Unless he's trying to help her out, he's a total blockhead. But you got it where it jumps to two random teachers in the hallway, crossing paths. You have it where the male teacher, which looks like the PE teacher, especially off of what he says, he's telling the other teacher like, yo, you're back. I heard, something happened with your mother. Is she okay? You have it where the female teacher's like, yeah, she's good. And then the sports PE teacher's like, yo, well, why don't you come, join us? A couple of us going to play with some activities. It could help get your mind off things. And she declines. She says, nah, I got other things to do. Then you have it with the PE teachers like, yo, well, I really think it will help you out. It'll help you loosen up and whatever the case may be, but if you don't want to do it, it's cool. But if you change your mind, let me know and you could join us. And you have it where she walks off and she's looking at her phone. She's reading messages on her phone. And that's when she finds out that the people failed to take out, Seiko, take her out. It says the woman with the glasses managed to get away. She was not, taken down. The next thing you see as this teacher is walking, you see 6, maybe even more. It just stops at 6 of the guys that was fighting, grandma in the previous chapter. Except they got like these tags on their faces as they marching behind this lady. Now, I'm curious if the lady is aware they're there or if they actually appearing because she summoned them. I'm very curious. Like maybe that's her ability. Like these guys are her ability, and she sent them to help the Minotaur when they tried to take Seiko's abilities in the previous chapters. That could be the case. I don't know for sure, but it is a creepy panel. But next thing you know, it jumps to the guy that Okarun beat in the race a couple days ago. You see him walk up on these two girls who are texting one another very closely, and the reason they're texting is because they don't want people to hear what they're talking about. But of course, this guy walks up and he gets close and he looks and he happens to notice that on their phone, they're texting that, yo, Okarun is, he's secretly kind of hot. These girls are falling for him. And you got it where this guy's upset about it. He's pissed. He's mad. He's hating. My whole thing is like, yo, if they don't like you, man, go find someone else. That's my whole stance on it. Like, yo, there's plenty of fish in the sea. But you got it where this guy, he feels frustrated. He's like, yo, what the hell is going on? I'm so sick of Okarun. Ever since he beat me in the race, things haven't been going my way. And that's pretty much, things probably was already not going his way, and he just needed an outlet. He needed someone to blame. And of course, Okarun, since he beat him in that race, that's the person he's going to blame. It's kind of crazy, but I love how Okarun is going from this nerd that no one really seen at the beginning of the series, like no one noticed him, to this guy who everyone is starting to notice. I mean, everyone, like even people that he doesn't even associate with. Example, these two girls, they're noticing him, and he's not even aware of how popular he's becoming. In his mind, he still sees himself as that dweeb that was at the beginning of the series. And I'm not saying he was a dweeb at the beginning of the series, but I feel like that's how he views himself. But you got it where this guy's walking, he's mad. Next thing you know, he goes in his pocket, he finds a knife in his pocket, and then he starts hearing a voice, "Do you want power?" And I don't know why, ever since Devil May Cry 4, whenever I hear that, it makes me think of the Nero scene when, he got the Yamata sword and he was like, ever since that day, a voice has been echoing in my head, "Do you want power?" So I don't know, that always pops in my head when I see scenes like that. But you got it where he's hearing this voice, and the voice is saying like, yo, if you want to be better than Okarun, slice yourself with this blade. You slice yourself with this blade, you will gain powers. Enough power to take away Okarun's power. That's the reason why he's beating you. That's the reason why he's so special, because he has abilities. And you got where this guy's doubting the swords. He's like, he's doubting like the voice he's hearing. He's like, this can't be the case. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to listen to this crazy stuff. Then you have it where he finally gives in to his temptation. He manages to cut himself and he says, "I don't sense anything different. I don't have any power." What a load of BS. Who was behind this prank? And he's thinking to himself like, I gotta find the person who pranked me. Next thing you know, the final page of the chapter shows up, and you see like a spirit behind him standing on top of like a football shaped object. It looks creepy as hell. So this is his new ability. And I'm sorry, if that was my ability, I slice myself with the other blade so my power get taken away. That's something I wouldn't want. But we don't know everything that this ability will, that these powers are for this guy. Now, my guess is it's something as far as like being athletic, because that shape, that object looks like a football that the creature is standing on. The creature itself looks very fit, and this guy lost in a physical contest against Okarun, so I feel like it might be like some type of physical power boost for his powers. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. The crazy thing is, it's telling him to get to Okarun, defeat Okarun, and get him to admit defeat so that he can steal Okarun's power. Again, I think it's going to be a situation where Okarun admits defeat just on the strength that the guy beat him, not thinking anything about it. And then the guy's going to steal Okarun's power, but he has no power right now. So that's just my thoughts on what's going to happen in the upcoming chapters. You guys can let me know down below, but all in all, pretty great chapter. Enjoyed it from start to finish. I don't got no problems with this chapter. If anything, I will like to see what's going to happen with Okarun and Turbo Granny. I hope that comes back into play soon. Also, I'm curious how long Momo is going to be a little person. She's been shrinking for quite some time, since the beginning of this arc and the end of last arc. So hopefully she gets turned back to normal soon. But other than, and I want to see Zuma again. I want him to return. I think he's going to lose his powers, but I still want him to return. But let me know your thoughts down below on this chapter. If you like the video, thumb it up. Please subscribe. Hit the bell for all notifications. And I'll catch you in the next one, man. Peace.